Bunun kanalına hoş geldiniz arkadaşlar. Bugün Sherlock Holmes'un 13. bölümüyle devam ediyoruz. Bir önceki bölümde hatırlarsanız buraylarla ilgili sırrı çözmüştük. Meksikalı ve o şefle ilgili. Şimdi de yeni vakamız Kanlı Banyo'yla devam ediyoruz. Sherlock Holmes fenalaşmış. Doktor Watson da yardım ediyor. Bakalım. Göz bebeği açılmış diyor.
The temperature appears to be normal.
Normal seviyede.
I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
Üç, 4, 5, 6.
A weak pulse, around 50 beats per minute. But you're dying, Holmes. Your pulse rate is dropping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
The antidote. Give it to me.
The antidote?
Ne panzehri?
You mean that you're poisoned?
Now. Please.
Here, drink it all. Don't tell me that you did this to yourself.
Hemlock and datura. I was compelled to.
Holmes,
Imagine
if I not returned home when I did, what might have happened?
I knew that you would.
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
A good day, Inspector.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. I'm glad to find you here. I need your help. This is a strange one.
Neymiş?
We have brought in
Anlat.
2 young bankers from the city, sons of lords, members of the chamber, and so on and so forth. They were found stranded in a rowing boat that was drifting on the Thames.
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Lestrade.
What? Well, yes, they were both in the bath, but what?
As I said,
And they were tied together.
you are lacking in imagination, Inspector.
Well, no, I'm not. Anyway, there was a banner flapping about in the boat with the RMS Oceanic printed on it and signed by the Merry Men.
The Oceanic. Isn't that the largest steamer ever built?
Yes. And these 2 young banker chaps are sons of the owners of the White Star Line, the company that built it. There are rumours of corruption.
I'm not interested in politics, Lestrade.
I'll keep it then. Here's another one that's a bit more complex and maybe to your liking. It's a murder, but we're unable to find any weapon. We haven't touched anything. It's at the Roman Baths in Strand Lane.
A murder.
oraya
A
gidiyoruz.
vanishing weapon. The Roman baths. That's for us. Watson, fetch your hat.
Evet. Stanley'in banyolarına gidiyoruz. Yolculuğumuz. Tamam. Geldik yerimize. Evet, bakalım bu davada neler başımıza gelecek. Eskisi kadar uzun tutmamaya özen göstereceğim. Bakalım.
Beautiful place.
With a dreadful murder. The body of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe is still in the steam room. It has not been touched, per your usual instructions, Mr. Holmes. I shall be waiting for you here, but please hurry.
Şüpheliler kim?
Are you able to identify the men who were with the
Sir
victim in
Randy
the steam room?
ismi.
Yes. The manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, a lad from the city council, Garrow, and an archaeologist by the name of Blinkhorn. I think the plump one, Garrow, did it. He doesn't seem right in the head.
Well, we shall see.
Ya, bunu bilemezsin. Cinayet silahı
You
nedir?
found no murder weapon?
No, and that's why I called you. All 3 witnesses and the victim were locked in when the murder occurred, and they remained so until we got here. We even had to pick the lock to enter.
I see.
Şahitler kim?
Was there anyone else here, apart from those gentlemen in the steam room?
Yes, a Mr. Phillips. He was the one who called the police. He'll be able to give you more details.
Konuş bakalım.
Good day to you, Mr. Phillips.
Bye,
My
Phillips.
name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Would you be so kind as to answer our questions?
Certainly, sir.
Please
Anlat
tell us the
bakalım neler
chain of
oldu.
events from the start of your day. Everything that you can remember. The slightest detail may be of importance.
Very well, sir. I came in at 6:30 this morning, and I opened the baths. I made sure that the room was clean, and I prepared the towels. The
Evet.
brazier was still burning.
There was a fire burning all night.
Yes, Sir Gregory ordered me to light the brazier yesterday. It takes some time until the room is fully heated. The gentlemen had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. I wanted everything to be perfect. They'd been in the steam room for 20 minutes when I suddenly heard shouting. I ran to the door, but it was closed. I couldn't open it. So I ran out to the street to call for the police. One constable came up, and then there were others, and they picked the lock. Then Inspector Lestrade came along. And he
Başka bir
told
yerden
us
kaçtılar o
nothing
zaman.
should be touched.
Did you receive any other visitors this morning?
No one. Until these gentlemen arrived. Sir Gregory was the first. And then, while we were discussing work details, Sir Rodney and Mr. Blinkhorn arrived, and Mr. Garrow followed.
What happened after that?
I waited until they'd all entered the steam room, then I returned to the hall. The changing room door was open, so I should hear if they needed anything.
You would have heard if someone had entered or left the steam room.
Certainly, sir. These doors make a lot of noise.
Bakalım portresini çizelim. Hafif kırışıklık. Biraz yaşlı. Yalnız yaşıyor. Titiz. Parlak düğmeler. Manchester City.
Any progress, Mr.
He's back.
Tamam.
Are the steam rooms on the other side, Mr. Holmes? Are the steam rooms on the other side, Mr. Holmes?
These clothes belong to one of the suspects from the steam.
Birine ait olduğunu ben de biliyorum.
Belonging to one of the suspects.
Evet.
Expensive clothes belonging to one of the men.
Şampanya şişesine bakalım.
An ice bucket to keep the champagne chilled. Champagne for a special occasion. Unopened, it was intended to be enjoyed after the steam session.
Evet.
Good Lord, Holmes.
Ah, death with a peculiarly Roman piquancy.
Like the one you almost had an hour ago.
Let us forget about that.
There was only one hit from the weapon. It pierced the right eye straight through to the brain. Death would have been instantaneous.
The wound should not have bled so profusely. This pool is rather large.
Yani.
Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample.
Well, death is very recent, between 30 minutes to 1 hour ago.
Look, Watson. He was wearing a ring. He very likely removed it before the steam session.
Yüzüğü de varmış.
I think we have found all that we can here, taking into consideration the abysmal lighting. Constable, we have finished with the body.
We don't have many leads here.
What concerns me is that we still have to find the murder weapon.
Mr. Holmes?
Please have the body removed without disturbing anything else in the room.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
I was wondering, Holmes, it's fairly reckless to carry out a murder inside a closed chamber. Why do you suppose they did it?
There are a great many possibilities. The murderer was in a hurry, or he is an artist, or a ghost, or he wanted to ensure that I'd be brought in on the case.
Probably the latter. You are ridiculous, do you know that?
I should check this blood sample at Baker Street. This key was covered in blood. I should ask Phillips about it. The grid cannot be removed. With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away. One lens is cracked, probably due to the temperature of the brazier.
Bak.
These
Gözlük.
lenses are for myopia. The wearer is short-sighted. The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme. I will need something to pick up this melted metal. It is too hot. I cannot reach into it. The weapon is nowhere to be found. Blood traces wiped on the towel.
O adam kim?
It's horrible. So Rodney, he's dead. I'm in shock. I don't want to talk.
It's horrible. I can't talk at the moment.
Konuşamam. Şimdi burası tamamlandı.
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
Please wait. I need to do something first.
Çıkıdı. Şu anahtarı sormamız lazım.
There is a bottle of champagne on ice in the changing room. Do you have any idea who left it there?
There is? Are you quite certain? I didn't pay any attention. Do you believe that it's important?
Niye düşünmeyeyim?
How many people have keys to the steam room?
We have just the one key for now, which Sir Gregory gave to me.
So, this morning you opened the steam room, and then?
I put the key inside my desk, but when they called, I couldn't find it. It had disappeared. I don't know where it is.
Did you leave the baths at any time, or receive any visitors?
No, sir. I did not.
Ne? Kanlı anahtar değil mi?
Did you leave the baths?
No, sir. I did not. No, sir. I did not.
Ha, sabah
You are not
yollanmış
telling the
telgraf.
truth, Mr. Phillips. You left your work this morning, and you went to the post office, where you dispatched a telegram at around 7:30.
But how could you... No,
The telegram was
Sen
for
Sherlock
someone in
Holmes'un.
Manchester.
Mr. Holmes, it's I'll tell you everything. I left the baths at 7:20. My sister wrote to me yesterday, and she needed a reply, or her mother is unwell. I was away for 20 minutes, and I closed the baths on my way out.
Did you receive a reply from your sister?
No, she wasn't meant to. I just told her to pawn my old school uniform so that she could pay for the medication.
Did you check to see if the key was still in your desk when you returned?
No, I
Söyle
didn't.
bakayım hadi.
Please, Mr. Holmes, don't tell the police about this. Sir Gregory would give me the sack. I need this job.
I see.
Ya merak etme, söylemeyiz.
All these events are bad for the
Mr. Holmes?
Please wait. I need to do something first.
Mr. Holmes?
We don't have many leads here.
Şimdi buraya gidemiyor muyum ben? Heh.
This area serves as Sir Rodney Bentcliffe's workshop.
Tamam.
Tools used by archaeologists in their research. I will need these tongs.
Tamam, bunu alacaktık. Evet, bunu aldığımıza göre artık bölümümüzü burada bitirelim. Daha fazla uzatmayalım. Bir sonraki bölümde bakalım cinayette neler olacak, neler bitecek. Bu olay bittiği zaman sorgulamaya geçeceğiz. Sorgulamadan sonra bakalım neler olacak, göreceğiz. Bir sonraki bölümde görüşmek üzere. Kendinize iyi bakın. Beğenmeyi, abone olmayı, paylaşmayı ve yorum yapmayı lütfen unutmayın.